interview.
We got both of them up and we're running. Let's go here and here.
Okay.
There we go. We are up and running. How about that?
How's about that? And I don't know how to find it on this one. There it is.
It should pop up.
It did.
All right.
I
Okay.
can see.
I need to come over.
Okay.
Get closer.
Good evening, everyone. How are you doing this evening?
Yes.
My name is Rhonda.
Why are you talking like that? You don't sound bubbly.
Hi, everyone. How are you doing this evening? I'm Rhonda, and this is my handsome husband,
Andrew.
and we are 32 Forever, and we have a fantastic topic for you guys this evening. This evening, we are going to be talking about the holidays. Let's talk about the holidays and how our families handle the holidays, especially right now in this hot spot season of COVID.
Yeah, cause it's funny because when we're talking about holidays, because we got Thanksgiving and Christmas coming up.
Yes, we do.
With Thanksgiving and Christmas coming up, how are you guys preparing? You know, with COVID, when with COVID, you're preparing for if you're going to someone's house or if you got people, your family coming over your house and guests.
Right.
You know, because today I've heard of a couple of people, one person just going all out. And they having this big thing at their house for Thanksgiving. And then I heard somebody else say, no, it's just going to be me and my, just my intermediate family, just my wife and my kids. And ain't nobody else coming over my house.
Okay.
So, but I done seen it from both spectrums, with responses from people.
Right.
So, good evening, Mom. So, how about, I know you asked me this question. I just flat out said I didn't know.
Because it's hard, especially when you're used to getting together, especially for Thanksgiving. I mean, people do get together for the 4th of July and Labor Day and all these other holidays that we have had over the past few months. But there's just something extra special about Thanksgiving and Christmas. And these holidays are coming up because I know I am one of those who loves to have all of my family around me during Christmas and Thanksgiving. And we just get together and we just hug on each other and we love on each other. But with COVID being so rampant out there and so many people getting sick and, passing away from this illness, how are you going to handle your gatherings this year? I mean, what are you going to do? What precautions have you put into place so that you can still maybe have some kind of gathering, but keep it a very safe gathering?
Yeah, because when you asked me this, I haven't even thought about the holidays.
I
haven't thought about it too. The closest I've thought about it, because last year, for Thanksgiving, you and I, we did something totally different. We ran away from our families for Thanksgiving.
We didn't run away.
Yes, we did. We ran away.
We didn't run away. We just decided that last year for Thanksgiving, we wanted to go camping and enjoy each other.
And we cooked our Thanksgiving meal
before we left
and packed it up and took it with us.
And we did not have to cook the entire time we were gone, but we had a very enjoyable time. But I missed my kids very much. I wanted to be around them. I wanted to be around the grandkids. But this year is different because last year was by choice. This year, it doesn't seem like you have a choice. You just have to make sure that you are staying safe. Hi, Terrell.
Yeah. So, are you guys planning on having family over for Thanksgiving or friends, or you planning on going to someone's house? How are you guys handling it? Because when she asked me, I was like, I don't know. And she was like, what do you mean you don't know? I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do. I don't know how we're going to do it. I don't know if we're going to go anywhere. I don't know. So, because like I said, I really haven't put any thought in it.
Well, I know that right now, and I know a lot of people don't do this, but me and my girls and the husbands and the grandkids, we still have always spent a lot of time together, except when Jay got sick. When he got sick, then we had a whole month a little over a month. Actually, it was like a month and a half
Mm-hmm.
that I didn't get to see Leandra or Jonathan at all. We didn't see Leandra, Jonathan, or Kelsey for like a month and a half, and that was like terrible to me. It was hard, but it was something that was necessary. But then when you have the holidays coming around, and that was actually the 4th of July holiday that we missed spending with them, and moving forward from there. But the holidays is coming up again, and we have been able to get together and everything, and I feel safe around them. But it's like at this time of year, we're not the only family. For both of our daughters, they both have other sides of their families that they're going to want to spend time with, and I don't have a problem with that if you come see me first. I mean, you can go be around whoever you want to, and then we have to still, kind of monitor our health and make sure that everybody's okay for like 15 days afterwards, because I don't want to take a chance on getting sick.
I understand.
And that's the thing.
I didn't think about that. Yes, our kids have extended families.
They have extended families, and they have a right to go spend them with them. And I don't ever have a problem. But they always come to see us first because we require less time. Because I'm that 2-hour window person. It's like after your 2 hours is up, I don't care who you are by.
And when it comes to my family, I want my family with me all day. I don't, spend the night if you want to. I don't care.
But it's the same thing. It's like mom on Facebook. Mom is on Facebook, and she.
Hey, Shelly.
Hey, Shelly. We like going to see mom or whatever, and she's got a birthday coming up, right?
Yes.
And she told us that we can't come.
Mm-hmm.
She don't want to see nobody.
But I understand that.
And I do understand that. Even if we want to go see her, she's already let us know. No. And no, don't come up here. Don't come. Because, I mean, that she's in the vulnerable age group, they say. Even though you're very young at heart, Mom. I'm not calling you old or anything. But she is in the age group that you have to be careful. My aunt is in that age group that you have to be careful. I'm in that age group, and I have all these illnesses. You have to be careful with your family members, and a lot of people are not paying attention to that. Because I know younger people are still going to clubs, they're still going out partying, drinking and stuff, and having.
You got old people doing that too,
and not regarding the fact of who they're going to be around in the next 2 days or 3 days. They don't think about it. So. What are you gonna do?
But listen, I and I know that you have got to try to get to some sense of normalcy in your life, somewhat. But you still have to be safe, and that's the reason why we're having this conversation. Because when she asked me, seriously, I was like, I don't know, babe. I don't know.
You said that 500 times.
I know, but I still don't know.
Well,
because we could cook our own dinner here and have our own dinner, do whatever, blah blah blah.
I mean, if it's not cold outside. Our space is large enough for our family to come together, and we can still keep a good distance between everybody, and we can all eat and enjoy ourselves. But at the same time, you know me, I want to hug and kiss on everybody walk through the door.
Mm-hmm.
And you just really can't do that. You can't, even though I still do, but you shouldn't.
And listen, I'm a big family person. I love to see my family. I love visiting my family. I love for my family to come visit me. And the holidays, are that's why last year was way out of the norm for us when you and I took off on Thanksgiving. Now, just to not to be able to really spend time with my family now during this time would drive me crazy. What did Terrell say?
He said, it's not worth your life or the ones you love. He's absolutely right.
And see, that's how a lot of us should be.
That's how everybody should be, because people just, you have to think about it the same way as when you go into the store. If somebody get too close to you in the store, you be looking at them like, you need to back up. But now when your sister, your brother, your cousin, your aunt, your mama come around and you don't know where they done been, the first thing you do is you go in for a hug.
And I was just thinking about that, because
it's like an automatic thing.
Because they're your family. You
don't think about it.
You don't think about it because you say, I trust where my family done been. My family wouldn't put me in jeopardy like that.
You wouldn't think that, but it happens. It happens all the time.
So if you're planning on having a gathering at your house, how are you making preparations for your gathering? Are you just gonna say, just come at your own risk, or you gonna have preparations, or what are you doing? Because if we cook for our family, we would have to have preparations in place.
And then too, you know how when you have these kind of family gatherings and you usually set up the food buffet style.
Right.
So now everybody that's walking through your buffet line is touching every single serving spoon. Now they probably don't watch. I'm sure they wash their hands, but they're still touching every single spoon and serving themselves. And are you gonna have your food set up buffet style? Or are you gonna prep the food and put it in to-go containers before they get there so that everybody can know that they're being served?
Wow, that's an idea.
So, I mean, because you have to think outside the box. You got to do things that you did not normally do. And if someone wants seconds, you have a designated person to fix all of the meals. I mean, if you're going to do it, make sure that you're in an open space. That's the one thing. Make sure that you can still keep at least 6 feet apart. I say keep further away apart than that, even though.
Yeah. Shelly says there's no gathering at her house this year. And see that, and that's what we're talking about. I mean, I can understand that.
So, Shelly, what are y'all doing this year? I mean, if you're used to having your family coming around every year, what are you going to do this year to celebrate the holidays? Even if it's not just for Thanksgiving, but you got Christmas coming, and everybody want to get together and exchange gifts. At least give me a gift card, something. I want to come and get at least pick up my gift card and a plate to go. I'll leave, but hey, I can wave at you, just chunk my gift card at me, and I'll keep moving. But I mean, what are we doing? If you're not having people coming to your house, then what are you doing?
Let's see.
She said something. I'm cooking for my household.
She cooking. Yep.
Well,
and I think that's where we're more so leaning towards, because I'm not going anywhere. I think I know I've come to that conclusion that I'm not going anywhere for Thanksgiving.
For real?
Yeah. Well, where are we gonna go?
I don't know. Wherever the children say go. I mean, Terrell had hit the nail on the head when he said you just don't risk your life just to come into these gatherings, but it also, you have to have some kind of feeling of normalcy.
No, I would go to my children's houses.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to nobody else's house.
Nobody else's house?
No.
Well, you heard it from him. He ain't going to nobody's house. He's going to spend time with his kids, and that's it.
I mean, we were talking about this earlier, because, when you get around other family members, and especially during this time, if you haven't seen them in a long time, you're going to want to love on your family members. You want to hug them and hold a hand and touch and talk. And then, and then once you get comfortable, the mask, sometimes you see the mask.
The mask is going to definitely come off. The mask is going to definitely come off. But what if you did a virtual dinner?
Nah, man, I ain't doing that.
I mean, okay, so just like we're sitting right here right now, if we had our food on the table and we okay, all the kids, they just had us all pulled up and we did what's that thing called? The stuff with the
Zoom?
Not Zoom, because you can do meetings on Facebook and Instagram where you have more than one person, but a duo. Because Ian and Avery got Duo. So everybody can get on Duo. I don't know how many people can get on Duo at a time.
I'm not doing that.
And then we can just converse like that. But that's not the same thing, because you want to have that. It's not the same thing. No, but it's a safe thing.
When you I love to cook. And when we cook like that, and when we cook our meals, when we cook for the family like that,
I want to see
the happiness when they eat my food
and eating the food
and going back for seconds and thirds and fourths and fixing to-go plates and the conversation with everybody laughing and dancing and talking and acting the fool. That's the stuff that we're gonna miss this year, and I look forward to. That's why I can't do a virtual dinner with my family. Because I'm be sitting there looking at my food and looking at them like, really, this is how we got to do this?
I mean, people have virtual play dates. I mean, there's a lot of virtual things that's going on. Like, we had our dance class tonight. It was virtual. It was good. It wasn't as good or as fun as it was when there was a couple of us in the same room. but it was still good. You still exercising together and laughing at each other or whatever. And even when me and you was in there together and you was doing your little workout, which I'm gonna post that later on 30 to Forever.
Do what?
When you was doing your workout earlier.
Don't do that.
Why?
Don't do that.
He was working them muscles. Y'all gotta see it. It was just so cute.
No.
But what did Mom say?
She says, this is the reason we come together after all this is over. That is showing true love. Yeah, and that's when we come together when all this is over. But the sad part is we don't know when all this is going to be over. And me and the way my thinking is, I'm like, this thing is going to morph into something else.
It just seems
and
like
it's going to ramp up into something else totally different that we're not going to be prepared for.
Yeah, we already going into what they've already said that we're going into the second wave already. I mean, then you add the second wave plus
colds and flu, and then anything else that come along.
Yeah, this is like it's just bad. I know it's temporary, Shelly, but it just feel like it feel, especially when you have parents and stuff that's out of state and you don't know when you're gonna get to see them, or with like I have nieces and nephews so far away and I haven't seen them in so long, and a new little baby niece that I've not seen. I went to the baby shower, but I've never seen her before in person. And then I got two twin nieces just up on the north side of town. Either they got a cold or I got a cold, and we can't come together. And now we can't come together because of the whole COVID thing. So right. I mean, it gets hard, but you do have to do what you have to do in order to make sure that everyone stays safe. And that was one of the things that I respected about everybody when I first found out I was sick. And it was like, well, you have to keep a distance. If you got a cold, make sure you have a mask. Keep your distance because you don't want to get sick. You don't even want to get a cold. And I'm just like, really? Is it that serious?
Yeah,
and at first I was thinking that, my doctors and stuff was just scaring me until I started like, you get sick. You don't get better within a week. You stay sick for months.
Yeah. So, But you didn't finish reading Shelly's whole comment. She said this is temporary and having you around next year is more important.
I said that's true. I read the whole thing. I just didn't read all of it out loud.
Oh. Okay. But that is so true. And
Terrell said it might not be over. This could be the new norm.
If it's the new norm, then we're gonna have to get some rubber suits and frog suits with masks or something. We're gonna do something.
I ain't trying to cover up all of them.
Girl, you
I ain't gonna try to cover up all this cuteness with no rubber suit. And I'm just playing. Man, I'm just playing, y'all. I do what I gotta do.
We'll be dressed up in parkas and everything else and hosing people down and because I don't. A whole year without seeing my family is hard enough because we've been in this since the beginning of the year, and I've yet to see all of my loved ones at one time. Some I haven't seen in like you said in a while.
Yeah.
And because during the holidays, it's supposed to be that time where we're supposed to come together as a family. Even the family members that you don't want to see.
Right, the ones that always start junk every year.
You want to see them too.
Yep, the loud ones, the ones that make you laugh all the time. So it's just something that's going to be missed this year. But, even if my family members, when we get together, all my family members already know how I am. They know I have my little 2-hour limit. Come enjoy yourself. But we got 2 hours to eat, laugh, play, talk, junk, act the fool, do whatever it is we're going to do. And I feel like you can do that in 2 hours, but it's harder to put limits on it now when you don't see people. But even with that being said, they still be like, okay, 2 hours is great because I can get up and go somewhere else. But
But see, when I grew up, my entire family would go to one house. There was no house. I mean,
that's where
their friends
there
came
are some
over.
Families that do that though.
And we all came, and we would have 100 folk at a house.
Okay, but picture this.
And we're all eating and laughing and having a good time. Yeah. Kids running around. And see, that's the kind of stuff that I want when our family is together. We cut up like that. And I love that. I want that. I desire that, but I know I can't have that.
If just think about if everybody in your side of the family and in my side of the family tried to get together in one location.
Mm-hmm.
Now everybody decide, oh, all of a sudden everybody's gonna come. Everybody you send an invitation out to, everybody's gonna come. For the elderly, the ones that's 60 and up, even if they showed up, what are you gonna do to protect them? If you have all these people that come together and you don't know where the 19, 20, 30-year-olds have been and what they have been out there doing. Even if they're going to the gym, to me, the gyms are not safe. And people are still going to the gym and coming in these large gatherings, going out to get a drink, going into restaurants and eating. And I know that everybody wants to do this, but it is so hard when you think about your auntie or your mom that's sitting over there.
But, that's why I've seen
you got
all
put
these
in a bubble.
from both ends of the spectrum. I got people that's like, I ain't doing nothing. It's just gonna be me and mine, and that's it. And then I got other people saying, man, I got this big group that's gonna be at my house, or I'm going over here. We having this gathering over here.
Hard.
And and like I said, when my wife asked me, I'm like, I don't know.
It's hard because I know I went to a gathering about a month ago, and I have a lovely family member that grabbed me and kissed me on my cheek. And it was, I really needed that, but I didn't at the same time. But it made me feel so good. But then I was like, okay, just watch myself because I'm not around that person that much.
Yeah.
And so I don't know what they've been doing. And I don't think that they thought before they grabbed and kissed me on my cheek, oh, she got lupus, so you don't want to even take a chance with her.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's what you always got to think about. That person that's sick, that person that might not be sick or just older. Because if I was able to see my grandmama tomorrow, I would want to go up and grab her and hug her and kiss. If I was able to see my mom tomorrow, I would want to grab her and hug her and kiss on her. And it would almost be automatic. So when it comes down to this time of year when everybody wants to spend time with their families, how do we restrain ourselves if we don't just go ahead and say, I'm going to skip out on this visit this year? Because it's hard. When you see your family, it's hard to restrain yourself like that.
Yeah.
You want to grab them. It's almost automatic. So
Tracy says she does too. She want that too. She want to be able to spend time with family too.
I know you do. I know.
Because it's hard. I mean, it's extremely hard. And I'll say this, it was like a couple of months ago. I was making a delivery around Tracy's house, and I called and I said, "Hey, what are you guys doing? I'm around the corner. Can I swing by?" And she's like, "Yeah." Her and James came outside. I'm standing out in the yard. They standing on the porch with their mask on. And I love my sister. I wanted to hug my sister.
I know you did.
And I'm like, that's the thing. When you're around your family, you're gonna want to do that because you want that interaction. You want the touch and you want the love and you want to hold and you want to spend time with, especially during this time. That's why I think these holidays it's gonna be
so hard on so many people because it's like already we have been through so much distancing and staying away from each other and not being able to spend real quality time with family members and doing that drive-by, hey, how you doing? Because I went by my aunt's house today to drop off some masks and she was pulling up. And the most I could do was, as she was getting out of the car, I put the mask, handed her the mask, reaching from a distance. I had my mask on, she had her mask on, and I was like, okay, I love you, I'll see you later. But there's no hugging and stuff. There's no, and it's just like, and I'm just sitting there and I'm like, man, it would have been nice to be able to give her a hug. I used to be able to give her a hug and kiss on the cheek and can't even do that
with
now.
all this, it's still going to be hard if you're abiding by the rules. That it's still gonna be hard if you're gonna be around your family members. I think
the only thing that you possibly can do is just keep your distance.
Yeah, which is hard. I don't, this is one of those things. I love my family and I want to spend time with them, but I got to make sure that me and my wife are still safe. And it's just hard. It's hard because I love my wife's family just as much as I love my own because they're my family. I've known them since I was a teenager, and they're like my birth family. So not being able to see them and spend time with them, and it's just it's a lot.
All of them. I mean, because in one way or the other, I look through my close cousins and stuff, and I'm just like, well, she got this going on with her, so she's in a high risk, and then her kids got stuff going on with them, so they're in high risk, and then you look at all these different people that's in high risk, and do you really want to? I wouldn't want to be the one that be then slipped up and got something and not know that I have it and accidentally pass it on. I wouldn't be able to live with myself knowing that I could have possibly passed on something that may possibly take someone else's life.
Yeah, we don't talk about the good aspects of when families come together, but what about when for the people on top of COVID, the holidays are depressing to them because they lost loved ones, because they don't feel that closeness with their family, and then COVID just made it that much worse. It amplified that, and it's amplifying those feelings. What about those people?
What y'all gonna do, man?
Who's struggling with this? And
I really want to know
if they're like if the holidays already depress you, and then you're stuck, you can't go visit or see anybody. How much more is that going to add on to your depression? It's a lot to think about. But all I know is, we just have to do our best to navigate through these waters the best way that we can.
The best that we can.
And to keep ourselves as safe as possible. You got any comments on Instagram?
The last thing Terrell said was, what if the world as we knew it is over? It's almost been a year with COVID.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, what if this is the new norm? Like I said, I'm visiting folks with a rubber suit on.
I don't know.
How you see people in those rubber suits with the tape around the wrist and around, and you got the mask? Yeah, that'll be me. Because I have to go see my folks.
The thing is if you guys have to go out in public, or if you have to do anything, make sure that you're always doing what you're supposed to do. Wear your mask, wash your hands, keep yourself with some disinfectant wipes so you can wipe everything down as you're coming and going, and take your shoes off at the door. People don't realize that not everybody realizes that when you go somewhere out in public, it's just nasty out there. So just take your shoes off at the door and just leave them at the door so that you can just make sure that everything is.
See, if just say if we had family over here at our house, it would upset me knowing that someone got sick here at my house.
Right. So if you do that little contact tracing thing, it'll be like, where was the
and then I gotta contact everybody who was at my house to say, hey, you may have been you were exposed or possibly exposed. So
said bring the rubber suits out now.
I feel you, Terrell. But this is a lot to think about, guys. I know a lot of you have already said how y'all handle the holidays, and we might have to go get us one of them honey baked hams and one of those.
We ain't going to get no honey baked nothing.
Rotisserie chicken from Sam's and have
our little small dinner
and just do us a little dinner and
by ourselves.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
We're not gonna do that.
Why?
I'm gonna see my kids.
I told you, you'll see it.
I mean, because number one, Leandra and Jamesia, they are already taking every precaution, and they're significant others are taking precautions. Jonathan works, he travels, and he's doing what he has to, but he does tend to keep a distance, even because of his work. But they're gonna do everything that they can to make sure that I'm okay and you're okay. And just like you have to go to work every day, when you come in, you take the precautions, you spray down, you take your shoes off out there, you spray down, you wipe down, and then you go and I don't see you until you get cleaned up. So you just have to think about the people that you're going to be around and how safe you want to keep them and not be selfish.
Yep.
I don't want to be selfish.
Well, we've been on for 30 minutes.
So real said, make us stay home, Unc.
But, you know, on the lighter side, I know over the past weekend we bombarded the timeline on 32 Forever with videos and pictures and stuff. And some people asked, "Are you guys really like that?" Yes, we are.
So stupid.
We're really like that in those videos.
He's the stupid one, though.
No, she tries to play that she's not silly, but she is.
I'm not.
Because you can hear her laughing. You can hear her laughing in the background too, and having a good time.
We honestly had a good time, and we enjoyed showing y'all some of the things that we do. Now, there was a hiking trip that we went on when we went to Indian Springs, when we were camping at Indian Springs.
Mm-hmm.
And if we had recorded just the hike, or when I fell off my bike, I actually fell off my bike. I fell standing still. I fell off my bike in slow motion. And Jamesia was there. And she said, "Mama." And she laughed for the rest of the day. She was like, you just kind of went woo over in slow motion. Now, that was in September, the beginning of September. I still have the marks from that fall. So it wasn't funny. But yeah, we are what you see most of the time.
I'm all the time.
I'm going to tell y'all this though. We was on a video call with my oldest daughter. I don't know if anybody else would ever get a comment like this. And she was like, "Y'all really should record your arguments." And then I was like, "What?"
But you can't. It's hard to record an argument
because you don't know when they're gonna happen.
Because they just fly off right, just like that.
And the thing too is that she said that because she said y'all so funny when y'all argue, and I'm just like, "What you mean?" And it's like she was like, "Y'all funny, y'all arguments is like funny." But they're not funny to me at the time.
And they're not funny to me at the time.
Right. We be having some serious conversations.
Yep.
But yeah, when folks ask us, are we like that? Yeah, we really are. We're silly. Yeah. We like to have fun together. And even when we argue, we done been together so long. It's like
life's too short to always stay mad and angry with people and holding grudges and trying.
This girl said
to stay
sturdy.
Mad. Who's sturdy?
Jamesia said I'm sturdy. So, okay, for everybody who don't know, Jamesia, my youngest baby who loves me so much, she was the one that was laughing.
You said that.
While I'm sturdy.
You said, that's why I said you were sturdy?
Yeah. Big head self. But I'm sturdy.
Well, guys, listen, we love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in.
How long we been on?
33 minutes.
Oh.
We love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. We'll be back live again next Tuesday. If we don't go live just on a whim, just to let you know what we're doing and how we're doing it.
Be looking for his workout video.
No. That's a mess. But we love you guys. Thank you so much for supporting and listening and watching and commenting. And we do have videos up on YouTube. You can go to 32 Forever on YouTube and you can like, share, and follow us on YouTube and be able to just have a good time with us on YouTube as well.
Yeah, Leandra's going to put all those videos together where we did the whole camping thing this past time. But when we go camping next month, I guess we'll take y'all along again.
Yep. Amen. Love you too, Shelly. Y'all be good. Y'all have a good evening. Bye.
Bye.